Hey yogis, and welcome to my Yoga for Office Worker sequence. This is a Vinyasa yoga flow that will be focusing on shoulders, hips, and hamstrings to create space and new movement throughout your body. So whenever you're ready, hop into some comfortable clothing, grab a mat, and get ready to flow. Alright yogis, welcome to your body. So we're going to begin today in a cross-legged position. If you tend to sit in one way, we're going to switch the legs to create some balance in our hips and our knee joints over time. We're going to release all the flesh out from under our sit bones and really ground ourselves down to the mat today. Stacking our head over heart and heart over pelvis. We'll take the palms facing up on the knees, open to receive. Float the eyes closed and start to connect with your breath. Take a deep inhale through the nostrils, flooding to the pelvic floor. And exhale, sigh it out. Taking a couple more just like that. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, make some noise. Okay, one more time. Inhaling deep through the nostrils. Exhale, gush it out. Okay, take about 2 to 3 more breaths. Connect to your body. Okay, and we're going to flutter the eyes open and wiggle the fingertips. From here, we're just going to begin with some neck circles. So maybe we can take our hands to the mat and just start to begin circling with our neck, maybe envisioning drawing a line into the earth with our nose. Moving through the full range of motion here, nice and slow. We move with our breath. Okay, whenever you're ready, reverse the cycle. Inhaling to come up and exhaling, tucking the chin into the chest. Keeping our palms rooted onto the mat ensures that we'll get an extra kind of side neck stretch. You can sort of play around with the movement here. Maybe explore. And return to a neutral spine. Maybe roll out the shoulders. Okay. Side body stretch. Walk the right fingertips out. Left arm comes up. Inhale. Grounding down through each side, each hip bone. And exhale. Back to neutral. Same thing on the other side. Walk the left fingertips out. And inhale, right arm up. Nice deep breath here, grounding down through the side body. Okay, inhale back to neutral. All right, maybe shake out the wrists because we're going to meet in a tabletop position. So coming onto all fours, we stack our shoulders directly over our wrists and our hips directly over our knees. We're going to begin with threading the needle here, so spreading through all 10 fingertips nice and wide. We're going to begin with the right side. So inhale, reach up towards the sky with the right arm, opening the chest. And exhale, thread the right hand behind the left arm. And then we're just going to release the cheek and the shoulder to the mat. Square the hips here. And just focus on the upper spine. Finding a twist. This is great if you are on a computer all day or find yourself hunching over. This is a really nice stretch and it creates a lot of movement. Finding new spaces. Okay, and inhale, arm comes up. And exhale, release back down. Same thing on the other side. Inhaling, left arm up, open the chest, reach towards the sky. And exhale, thread it through, releasing towards the left cheek. Onto the shoulder, release any and all tension in the face. Make sure to square the hips. Breathe deep here. And inhale, left arm comes back up. Exhale, release back, all fours. All right, and from here, we're just going to do some cat and cows, warming up the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze comes up. And exhale, round through the spine, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest, push the mat away. Taking these at your own pace, at your own breath. Moving one breath per movement. And on your next exhale, we'll meet in a neutral spine. All right, so we're gonna tuck the toes and send the hips back here. Spread through all 10 toes, so reach back and try and get your pinky toes to touch the ground. If this is too much, always option to come onto the knees. I just wanted to get a little toe stretch because usually if you're working in an office, you'll probably be wearing shoes. Not many offices let you walk around barefoot, but there are some. But anyways, a good foot stretch is nice. So stretching here, we'll walk the fingertips forward. Release the forehead to the mat. And start to sway side to side, creating space in the shoulder blades, spreading through all 10 fingertips. Maybe we explore the outer edges of our hands. Just creating space here, whatever feels good for you today. Release all tension in the head, the cheekbones, in between the eyebrows. Take one more breath. And exhale. Send the hips up and back. Find your first downward facing dog of the practice. So in our down dog, we're going to just pedal it out, find some movement. Plant through all 10 fingertips and roll the shoulders away from the ears. Hips are shining up towards the sky. Take a deep breath. Sigh it out. Inhale, look up to the fingertips. And slowly walk it up. We're going to hang out here just for a breath. Find some space in the lower back. Maybe shake the head yes and no. And slowly roll it up, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Roll out the shoulders and come up to your mountain pose. Welcome to your body. Welcome to yoga. We're going to find our alignment and take the big toes to touch, slight space between the heels. We're going to tuck the tailbone and engage the core and shine bright through the chest. Growing tall through the crown of the head, all fingers are engaged and drawing down. Take a deep breath here. And get ready to flow. So inhale, arms up overhead, maybe a slight back bend up top. And exhale, release your fingertips to the mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale, spine lifts halfway. Maybe the palms come to the tops of the thighs. And exhale, plant the palms and step it back to a plank pose. So here we're broadening through the shoulders and engaging the abs. Take a deep breath here. And exhale, release your knees, your chest, and your chin towards the mat. So pelvis is high as we slide through to find a cobra. And exhale. Tuck the toes, send it back, find your downward facing dog. Hips are up high here, shoulders rotate away from the ears, and we ground the heels towards the mat. Okay, inhale to look up and step or hop it up to your forward fold. Lengthen through the lower back here. Inhale, spine lifts halfway. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and upwards over your head. And exhale, release your arms to the sides. Shake it out. Take one more deep breath here. And inhale, arms come up. Exhale, float the fingertips down, bowing towards the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, lift the spine halfway. And exhale, plant the palms, step it back. We're going to move through our knees, chest, and chin vinyasa. So lowering to the mat. We inhale, opening the chest, igniting the back body, cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes, send the sit bones up and backwards. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up, keeping the hips square. We're going to bend the knee and engage the core as we bring the knee to the nose. Releasing the foot in between the palms. If it doesn't happen in one fluid moment, it is okay. You can definitely help it up there. So from here, we're going to pivot on the back foot, parallel to the short edge of the mat, and windmill the arms open. So the hips are open to the long edge of the mat, and we're in a warrior two shape. So we're stacking the front knee over the front ankle, and spine is nice and straight. Breathe deeply here. Gaze is over the front middle finger. And on your next exhale, lower the right elbow to the top of the right thigh and extend your left arm overhead, left bicep to ear, in your extended side angle. If you want to take this a little deeper, you can take your right palm to the inside of the right foot. If that's not accessible, there's always blocks. Or we can take it the higher side. So wherever you are, there's always a variation, just making sure you're getting all the benefit of the pose. Strong foundation here. Okay, and inhale, come up, warrior two. Exhale, straighten the front leg, release the pose. Maybe give your arms a break, roll out the shoulders. And here, take the left hand onto the back of the left thigh. Right arm comes forward, up, and backwards as we get a nice, juicy side stretch through the right side body. Keep the shoulders away from the ears in a strong stance. Strong legs. Connecting to your breath. Exhale, windmill the arms down. Plant the palms to frame the foot as we pivot on the back toes. We're going to step it back, find the plank, broaden through the shoulder blades, engage your abs, and exhale, release your knees, chest, and chin, or option for a full chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra, upward facing dog, and exhale, find your downward facing dog shape. Opening through the shoulders here. We inhale, left leg comes up, hips are square. And exhale, bend the knee, engage the core, knee to nose. Stepping the left foot up, you can always help it if needed. Pivot on the back foot, parallel to the short edge, and gracefully windmill the arms up. Find your warrior two, make it your own. Sink into the pose. Front knee stacks over front ankle and is tracking outward to protect the knee joint. And we're grounding down through the outer arch of the back leg. Tucking the tailbone and opening the chest. We gaze forward. Nice and strong warrior here. Exhale, Find your extended side angle. Left elbow to top of the left thigh. Right arm extends over. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Extended side angle. It's amazing. I love it. Creates so much space in the right side body. Option to take your block, any variation you choose. And whenever you're ready, we'll come back up to a warrior two, or if you're a little too tired, we'll straighten the leg and jump right into that juicy side stretch. So supporting with the right hand on the back leg, left palm comes forward, up and back. Juicy side stretch from the toes to the fingertips. One long straight line of energy. Breathe into your left side. Shoulders roll away. Gaze is either up, or if the neck really hurts, we can take it to the side. Exhale. Gracefully windmill the arms down, frame the foot, and pivot on the back toes. We're going to come to our plank pose and move through your vinyasa. So chaturanga, lowering the elbows, opening the chest, coming forward, upward facing dog, or moving through knees, chest, and chin, all meeting in downward facing dog. Spreading through all 10 fingertips, lift the hips high. Relax the neck. And from here, we're just going to take the right foot forward and shift on both feet so that they're both parallel to the short edges of the mat. Okay, so the fingertips come to center. Inhale, spine lifts halfway, nice and straight. And exhale, release the forehead to the mat. Wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. So here we are grounding down through the outer edges of the feet. And we're hinging at the hip creases. So making sure not to round through the spine, but a nice, long, straight spine. And if it's possible, we can walk the palms in line with the feet. We'll take one more lengthening breath here. Exhale, sink a little deeper. And we'll begin to release the pose. Coming up on the fingertips, straight spine, and walk the fingertips back. Pivot on both feet, plant the palms, and come back to plank. We'll move through a quick vinyasa, any variation, and meet in a downward facing dog. Okay, from here we'll gaze at the fingertips, and you might need to look at the video because it might be a little confusing. Take the right foot on the outer edge of the right hand at a 45-degree angle, followed by the left. So I'll do it facing you guys. Or something like this. We're going to lower the hips down, finding our Malasana squat. Might take us a couple times to get in and out. Wherever you are, ground down through the outer edges of the feet and sink through the sit bones. All right, and when you're ready, you can take your hands in prayer at a heart center and push your elbows into your knees to open your hips. Nice, long, straight spine. Maybe find some movement. If this is too much for you, always option for a block or two. Can place it right under our sacral muscles and bones. And we can have it there for support. Also, option, if you have a blanket or a towel, you can roll it up. If your heels don't quite hit the floor, you can always put it under your heels like that, or two blocks. Wherever you are, making sure that it's comfortable and good for your body, without judgment, just acknowledging where you are today. Maybe lift all 10 toes, see how that changes things. And whenever you're ready, we'll take one hand in front, one hand behind, and sit back. We'll cool down the hips by coming into a Baddha Konasana. So our legs are in a diamond shape, about 18 inches away from our sacral bones. We'll splay the feet open like a book as to open our hip joints. Grow the spine nice and long. And exhale, fold forward, releasing your forehead to the tips of your toes. If you don't make it there today, it's totally fine. Our bodies are fluid and they change almost every day, so some days I find I am way more flexible than others, and that's fine. That's how it goes. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale, sink a little deeper. One more deep breath. Inhale, come back up. From here, we'll take a seated forward fold. So with the legs out in front, we'll take the flesh out from underneath the sit bones, sit up nice and tall, and maybe massage the muscles lightly with fists. Just getting some blood flow and energy, some oxygen moving around. All right, so we're gonna flex the toes and push the ground away as to straighten the spine nice and tall. Inhale, arms come up overhead, and we're gonna imagine hinging at the hips here as we fold forward, reaching for our toes. We're trying to get a belly to thigh connection, so if that means bending through the knees, I suggest you do so to get the full benefit of the pose. It creates space in the lower back, and keeping your toes flexed ensures a stretch in the calf muscles. You can even kind of test it out with releasing and flexing, pointing the toes and flexing the toes. So wherever you are, make sure you get a little comfy. I'm going to be here for about 3 breaths. And while we inhale, we lengthen the spine. And exhale, we sink deeper into the stretch. Okay, one more breath here. All right, inhale, release the pose, come back up. And we're going to make our way onto lying on our backs. Okay, so we're just going to do some hamstring stretches in each leg, starting with the right leg. If you guys have a nearby strap, a towel, a t-shirt, anything works. Otherwise, you can just grab your calf for this stretch. If you have the strap, put it around the arch of your foot. Otherwise, grabbing your calf right around here. We're just going to have our right leg straight up as we pull the toes towards our forehead. Grounding down through the left foot, flexing at the toes. Inhaling to lengthen through the spine and exhaling, pulling the hamstring just a little bit deeper. Micro bend in the knee here, not too much. One more breath. Whenever you're ready, we'll release the pose. Lowering the right leg. Maybe feel the difference in length between the right and the left. And then begin on the left side. So either taking the strap or towel, t-shirt, or just grabbing at your calf. We'll begin to ground down through the right leg, flexing at the toes, reaching for the strap, and eventually left toes drawing towards our forehead. Giving our toes kind of a direction to go to will not limit our movement. We'll do the opposite. So grounding down through the tailbone and the shoulders, we have a neutral, straight spine. Taking one more breath here, micro bending at the knee. And exhale, release the leg down. Putting your strap to the side, we will just hug in the right knee here, hug it into your chest. Rock side to side, one deep breath. Okay, switching knees. Left knee comes into the chest. They actually call this pose wind releasing pose. I don't know if you can guess why. We'll have you guys just pin that one. So rocking side to side. Then we're going to hug both knees in. Give yourself a nice hug. Fill yourself with gratitude for everything your body does, every cellular interaction, your legs, your arms, your brain. Just thank your body for working and being how it is. Rock side to side, massage through the kidneys here. Slowing the heart rate, calming your central nervous system. Exhale, spread through the legs and the arms. Release, taking up space here. Toes fall outward, palms facing up. Come into your final corpse pose or shavasana. Release any tension in your arms and legs, in between the eyebrows and the cheekbones. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth as you begin to feel heavy on your yoga mat. Start to connect with your breath. Focus on that as you commit to a still and silent shavasana. Whenever you're ready, we'll start to make small movements by wiggling the fingertips and the toes, rolling out the wrists and the ankles. We'll reach arms overhead as far high as the legs stretch in the opposite direction. And exhale, let it go. Roll to the right side in a fetal position, cradling the head. Keeping the eyes closed and maintaining a meditative state, we'll come back up to find a seated position. Nice straight spine, rolling out the shoulders. Blink the eyes open here. Inhale, arms up, palms to touch. And exhale, hands in prayer, heart center. Thank you guys so much for sharing your practice with me. I hope you really enjoyed it, and please feel free to like and subscribe to my page. Okay? Thank you guys so much. Namaste.